a little over 15,000 years ago, in the upper regions of Himalayas, a yogi appeared. Nobody knew where he came from, his antecedents were unknown, but he looked extraordinary. So people gathered, they waited, they thought he's going to perform some miracle, but he did nothing, simply he sat, unmoving. Only 7 people hung on. These 7 people recognized that this is a fantastic miracle, because only someone who has transcended the physical nature can simply sit. Then they begged him, "You seem to be knowing or experiencing something that we cannot imagine. Please teach us." Then he gave them some few simple preparatory methods and said, "You prepare yourself." They went on preparing themselves. Months went into years, years went into decades. 84 years passed. One day, when the shift of solstice happened, the sun's relationship with the planet changes. Every yogi makes some adjustment within himself because something about your body changes at that time. So when he was making this, he just looked. These 7 people had become shining receptacles. 84 years, he had completely forgotten about them. Here they were, still preparing. Then, because nobody knew his name, he never introduced himself, they called him Adiyogi. Adiyogi means the first yogi. Because the sun turned south, he also faced south and sat down. So they called him the Adi Guru. The first guru was born. This was considered the most significant day because it's in this day humanity was first reminded the simple laws of nature are not permanent restrictions. If you're willing to strive, you can go beyond that. And he not only gave this idea, he gave methods as to how to get there. He explored human mechanics in as much elaborateness as you can imagine. And when all the 7 people attained, he told them to go away to faraway lands. So these 7 sages took this different dimensions of yoga, and even today you can see the remnants of what they did thousands of years ago, present in every culture across the planet. There has never been a more revolutionary idea on this planet. Since his time, it does not matter whether somebody calls himself a Hindu or a Buddhist or a Jain or a Sikh or whatever, all of them are striving for this one idea, that they want to cross these limitations and attain to liberation, which is the basis of this whole civilization and culture. One thing that's very strong on my mind and which we will definitely do is, before I fall dead, I want to make sure Adiyogi is acknowledged for offering this to the world, because no individual human being has done the kind of work with reference to human consciousness as he did before him or after him.
Sadhguru invites you to be a part of a moment in history as the world's largest face, the glorious face of Adiyogi, the source of yoga, is consecrated.
The image of Adiyogi, the largest face on the planet, a glorious face, 112 feet tall, a face that symbolizes liberation. We want to use this face as an iconic presence to orient the world towards the liberation from anything that binds you. It is very, very important today that the next generation of people on this planet are seekers, not believers. As many old structures upon which we have thrived till now, as they collapse in the coming decades, you will see the longing for liberation will rise. When that longing rises, Adiyogi and this Yogeshwara Linga will become very, very important.
Here in the Vellangiri hills, known as the Kailash of the south, the Isha Yoga Center celebrates a Mahashivratri like no other.
Welcome to the Mahashivratri.
Some magic, the energy.
I've been to festivals all over the world, but this is one of the most unique experiences I've ever had.
The celebrations will begin with Yaksha Festival, a celebration of the very best of Indian music and dance.
his best people.
Leading up to the night of Mahashivratri, there will be a special consecration event.
We are establishing Adiyogi for a specific purpose. We are consecrating him as a perfect yogi. So this face is going to live for a very long time on this planet. Adiyogi is here to liberate you from discomfort, destituteness, disease, from poverty, above all, to liberate you from the very process of life and death. And its iconic presence will definitely inspire millions and millions of people across the world. This will be one time. This is once in many lifetimes, I would say. You should be there.